welcome back to another episode of Rebel Driver's Garage. It is very early in the morning, the sun is just coming up, and I'm heading south to a town called Great Bend, Kansas, and to a very special salvage yard down there. And it's very unique in the fact that it doesn't have anything newer than like 1990 at all. So follow along. I got a couple more hours of driving to go to get there, and we'll show you what's really cool about this place. Welcome to Kansas. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's cool. Really cool. What we got going here? Woo. That's pretty nice, ain't it? And they say Kansas is flat. Yeah. It's not exactly flat. My trailer towing piece of crap truck says it ain't flat. So here we are at Nobody Else's Auto Recycling in Great Bend, Kansas. As you can see, there is nothing but old cars as far as you can see. I'm actually standing on top of a truck right here to get the shot. Look at this. There's really not much anything. I think there's a couple of cars newer in 1990, and that's it. The rest of it is 80s and older. Steel bumper, old iron. Wow. Let's go take a look through the yard. Look at this, we're driving through here. I'm blessed that Chad has actually let me back in here. He only lets people in here on appointment only, if that. So you gotta call him, you just can't show up. Oh, look at her. Lots of Jeeps, trucks, OBS's, which is what I'm driving right now. I already got some really old stuff. This is like pre-war stuff over here. More pre-row stuff over here. This is so cool. Oh, there's a couple of shoe boxes. Mustangs, Fords. Some Studebaker, Nash. Like early Buicks. Oh, there's X-Body, Nova, Core. Oh, that's a Pontiac Tippus wagon, or I think, or a Buick. 57 Chevy. We'll go through all this. Oh, wow, these are nice. We're starting with this pristine here. This is a 65 Impala, 4-door hardtop. This one got the engine pulled out of it, and then it got left to sit, but this car is solid. I actually got a fender off of it and a few other bits and pieces. And wow, and here's another one, another 65 Impala. This one he's gonna probably sell as a whole car, because I gotta show you what's underneath the hood. This was a running car not too long ago, like a year ago. You see this? Hang on. Under the hood, 327. Looks like they just added valve covers, but it's still got the original Rochester 4-jet carburetor on it, or WCFB. Somebody added an aluminum radiator. But the car is pretty darn solid and straight, too. And the interior isn't all mouse ridden. So this could be somebody's daily driver. Oh, look, here's the... Look at this. So we had the oil pressure gauge in here. Said I got parked because of a leaking soft plug. But this is a factory air conditioning car. So is that blue one over there that I was working on. Look at this. The dashboard isn't roached off, totally destroyed. Factory AC still has a radio in it. Push button AM. AC controller. It looks like a dual ashtrays, which some cars I've noticed on 65s don't, which I don't know about that. And behind it we got a whole bunch of other Chevys. Look at this. This is just a bunch of Chevys. This is like 50s here. Looks like 50 or 49 Fleet line. I don't know what that is, but a pretty solid car. I don't know what it is about Kansas, but the cars just don't seem to rust. Here's a Pontiac, I believe. Let me see here. I'm going to back the camera up a bit. Here we go. There you go. Oh, no, it's an Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile. No, Pontiac. I was right the first time, Pontiac. And Ravenna Motors, a Ford. Well, Ravenna is in Nebraska, so I don't know where that's at. But here's another Fleet Line. Chevy. It's early 50s, maybe a 50. 51 maybe. This one's late 40s though. I like this kind of stuff. Look at that. It's got a handle on it. This one's been gutted. Somebody got a lot of good parts here. Oh, we got to go over here. Lots of second gen Firebirds and Camaros, especially a lot of Trans Ams. Look at this. Wow. Second gen, that's steel bumper Camaro, 77, 78 Firebird Trans Am. There's a 79 to 81. That's a turbo car. They're a very rare turbo 4.9 liter, which had a 301 V8 in it with a turbocharger. Let me see. I always got the fence sitting on top of it, so I'm not going to try to open the hood because I might damage it. T-top car. Look at that. Automatic. Wow. And then a couple of third gens over there. Third gens and a fourth gen Firebird here. Third gen Camaro. This looks like an early one, 82 to 85. Automatic, probably a V6 car. And it's a race car. See, it's a race car because it has hood pins. Yep. I was hoping it was a Berlinetta, but it isn't. Berlinettas, a lot of them had digital dashboards in 83, 84. Front clip to this Trans Am, and the rest of the Trans Am's there. Here is a 74 or 5 Trans Am. No T-tops on that one. Ooh, a steel bumper rally Camaro. The two-tone, which this car was gorgeous when it was new. This was black over silver with a nice orange red stripe on it. This one looks like it had a red interior. It's pretty beat up, but lots of good parts. A couple third gen Firebirds. Looks like a Trans Am there. That looks like an 89 or 88, 87, 88, 89 one here. This one looks like it's a little earlier than that. Yep, Trans Am. Automatic car. Power windows. Ooh, somebody had the fancy pedals on there. They fell off. Here's another one. Oh my goodness, this is a turbo? No, sorry, I thought it might have been the turbo car. But it's a high output. They had one that had a similar hood with a turbo in it, which was super rare. And T-tops. This Camaro got crunched. That's an early one. 83, 82, 83, 84. Ooh. Early Z28. I'm saying early as an early Gen 3. 38 Chevy, I think, or 39 or something like that. 40. It could be completely wrong. It could be a Buick. No, it is a Chevy. Make nice yard art for somebody. In 1958, GM went nuts with chrome trim. I mean, absolutely nuts. This is an Oldsmobile, I believe. Yep, 88. Oldsmobile 88. This is not even the top of the line. This is like low level 50. Look at all the trim on it. There used to be a rocker trim on this one too. All this, and then he had these big, huge taillights, which are off. Here, somebody got a quarter panel off of this car. Wow. Still has a trunk lid. Looks like it still has most of the interior in it. and a tree. And dashboard is still complete. Still has the Pontiac 271. Can't remember if that's right. 2-barrel. Next to it is another one. That's a 57 Chevy 4-door hardtop. Buick Super. Next to that, not a single screw. It's hard to tell, but look at the bumper on this thing. Wow. It's like a Road Warrior bumper on that, isn't it? 49 to 53 Chevy truck, 54 Chevy truck. Here's another 58. This is when, look at this. Isn't that crazy? Look at the trim on this car. 4 headlights. I believe this is a Pontiac. Could be wrong. Yep, Pontiac Chieftain, 1958. It still has a lot of its trim on it, like big crazy taillights. And Cadillacs in 58 had their gas can back here. You lifted up the light. I don't know about Pontiacs. Ooh, here's a 57 4-door wagon, 57 Chevy. Early 50s Chevy coupe, or sedan, excuse me. Still sporting its stove bolt. Another Pontiac there. I just like the Pontiacs a little bit differently. They didn't go crazy with the fins. This is like in 55 or 6. I just like this kind of stuff. I mean, it's really cool stainless trim. There were certain models that had like almost like a trunk strap going up on the trunks. The 4-door sedan. See, look at the hood here. Isn't that cool? All this stainless running up the hood. Yeah, might be a 65 Pontiac Tempest 4-door sedan. 58 Chevy wagon here. Now this is a Bel Air wagon, according to the. See, used to say Bel Air there. Look at the dashboard; it's still intact. Still the radio, ashtrays, glove box, gauges. Early 50s Buick. These things were just enormous. Look at the size of this thing. Another early 50s Chevy. This looks like a Fleet Line. Oh, here's another Tempest. This one looks a bit newer, like a 66 or 7. I can't tell the difference between these two, especially when they're missing a lot of stuff. It's a Tempest Custom. I don't know what the custom meant. It's a Pontiac, probably a 326 Pontiac V8 in it. Yep, 326. Call outs still on the fenders. Nice 58F. This looks like an early 50s Chevy. It's always hard to tell. Was it black or was it green? Might be green. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the Pontiac Le Mans. This looks like a 65. Could be wrong on that. The top shape looks like a 65. I don't know what they did to the roof. It looks weird. This one's pretty much stripped out. Another 326 in this one. This is either a 68 or a 69 Buick Skylark. They're a very unique body line that they had. They're not very popular. You don't see hardly any of these at all. Still has a Buick, looks like a 350 in it. And it's not a big block Buick. So it's not a 455 or 425 or. And then look here, look at another Pontiac 58 Pontiac, or excuse me, Oldsmobile 88. Look, this one still has the taillight housings on them. Look at the enormous taillight housings on these. With the fins on top and the basically looks like jet afterburner taillights. Because we were totally in the jet age in 1958. This is a coupe too. I didn't even notice this. Look at this. Pretty close to a complete car. The hood looks like somebody fell on it. Still has the front bumper, though it's crunched. You ran into something with it. '60 Chevy short box, and that is either a '53 or '54 Chevy Bel Air wagon. This might have been a Woody. They used to have like a wood trim piece here for the Woodies. That's all the Woodies they had in '54. It was right there. This is a wood piece. It was like an applique. This one's got the trim. We used to have the trim along here on the waistline. Tailgate's completely destroyed on this one. The roof looks pretty solid. '57 Buick Special. The Specials in the Centuries and '50s had only 3 ports in the fenders, and these are really cool. These actually look functional. And then the Buick. Forgotten the name of the big Buick. It was a Highline Buick. I forgot the name of it. I had 4, at least in the earlier years. Oh man, there's not much left of this hood. Look at that. Wait a minute, this is not well, it's not a Chevy hood. It's like an Oldsmobile hood. It's got a flathead 6-cylinder in it. What the hell is going on with this wagon? That's weird. Could that be a Pontiac? '53, '54 Pontiac wagon? It probably is. Somebody comment, chime in. I'm sure if somebody's the expert on those, they'll tell me. Oh, here, look, here's another 55 or 56 Pontiac Coupe. 2-door post. I absolutely love these. If you want something different than a Chevy, but you kind of like the overall show, these are really kind of neat. The overall body design's the same. The doors look almost identical, the windshield and all that. I've been told that the Pontiac trunk lid will cross over with a Chevy trunk lid, but the trim is obviously different. I just like these. And here we are, a bunch of Chevy trucks. Let's start here with a '67 long bed step side. Wow. So it's being used for storage. Got beat up a little bit. I see big soft dents like this. I think this thing was parked in a field and a cow was itching its butt on it. 4-speed. 67s are unique in the 67 to 72 Chevy and GMC trucks for 2 things. They don't have side marker lights. 67 is the only year they do not have side marker lights, and they have a small back window. Now, I've been told that you can get a small back window in 68 as an option, but I am not sure. I'm sure this is a 3/4 ton, but it's a long bed step side. Looks like it used to be blue. No, it doesn't have the deluxe gauges on the dash. It's got one hubcap and a gas can. Most likely, this had a 6-cylinder in it. 58 or 59. Dual headlight Chevy. Still has a 6-cylinder in it. It's a step side. They had fleet sides back then. They called them cameos. Going around the outside here. Should have brought a bottle of water with me. Okay, look at this old tow truck. Isn't that cool? Wow. You had to really know what you were doing to operate one of these babies, because if you weren't, you'd lose fingers. Six-cylinder, the old Stowbolt 6. Four-speed, granulo, aftermarket turn signal indicator. They weren't standard in this year. There's another step side. There's this add-on somebody to do this thing. Carry something, I guess. Oof, this one's been cut up pretty good. Here's another one. Yeah, another 67. It's a long bed. Ooh, looks like the brakes didn't work well enough. It looks like it hit a tree or a pole. This is a GMC. You know, you tell the GMCs in this era is that they have 4 headlights instead of the Chevys 2 headlights. This clip is from another vehicle because it's got no side marker lamps on the bed, but the front clip is a different color and has side marker lamps. And this is not a 67 GMC grill. They had GMC in the grill in this era, so they probably put a later model front clip on this sometime in its life when he ran into something else before he hit that pole. This is like the cab of like a grain truck, which is very common around here in the farmland. But these things, these grain trucks are amazing. They don't rust because they sit in sheds. They only get driven at harvest time, so they get like 5,000 miles maybe in 10 years. They don't really go very far. They just go down to the co-op and unload their grain. Oh, there's a 3/4 ton truck here. This one's got, let's see, it's got the big rear end in it. I don't know what year this one is. Let's keep moving. Check this out. This is a Pontiac Tempest, like a 61 or 62 Pontiac Tempest wagon. Kind of unique. You see these deflectors here? Stainless. They were supposed to be stainless steel. What they did is that they help keep your back window clean, because of the air would roll up off the bottom, off the road like this, and just collect on the back of your car here. And these deflectors here would deflect the air around the side of the car and help keep the window clean, keep the dust off of it, so you can go more than 100 miles without having to clean your back window. You open the hood. This one's unique. It's a 4-cylinder. The cylinder head on the was missing. But this is like half of a Pontiac 389. That's what they had in these. And super rare. Super rare. I'm sorry, I'm having to pull the hood up. It looks like somebody added air conditioning at one time. There's a compressor way the heck over here. So there's a couple other companies that did this. Like International had one too. It was a 152 cubic inch. A 152 cubic inch 4-cylinder that was half of an International 304. This is half of a 389. Very rare. You don't see these anymore, and it's very hard. It's even rare to see one running. Some of these even had a transaxle in them. Let me see, crawling right here. Look. Oh yeah, look at that. That's an automatic transaxle. It's like a 2-speed power glide with a torque tube going to the axle shafts with outboard suspension. It's an independent rear end. Look, there's the torque converter hanging off the back of it. Isn't that wild? They didn't only do this for a couple of years. Probably because it was overly complicated and didn't gain them much. Very neat. There we go. 72 Chevelle wagon, or Malibu wagon, or sedan, excuse me. Oh, look, here's another Tempest wagon. Pontiac Tempest wagon. I wonder if this one has a transaxle in it too. Yeah, look at that. See past that gas tank here. Oh, crawling on the rocks. There you go. Look at that. Now they had manual transmission versions of these as well. A 4-speed manual transmission Transaxle. 66 Chevelle coupe. Somebody's drag race hood. Come around. I'm gonna get out of here. This is a Nova, big bumper Nova, 73, 74. An X-body Nova with what looks like Keystone Classics on it. Oh, the 69 Chevelle that was originally white, got painted blue sometime in its life. 2-door, hard top, bench seat. Here's the other side of that Chevelle. Look at that. It was a 230 6-cylinder. See if I can get over here without hurting myself. Yep, straight 6. Three on the tree. So no frills version. Here's a Pontiac Tempest. A 2-door post. See the posts on there? 66, maybe 67, I'm not sure which. And then behind that is another 68 or 69 Skylark. I was saying they're rare, now I just seen 2 of them. Another Le Mans coupe here. 2-door post. This used to be a 65 Chevelle, I think. No, it was Le Mans, but it had air conditioning in it. Look at that. It had air conditioning in this car. Talk about rare. Still has the dash in it with the AC vents. That is very, very rare. So here is a Buick Grand Sport 7071. It has still has the emblems on it. It was an automatic transmission because it's still in the car. It was an AC car, so I probably did not have like the big 455 in it. Bench seat. Another Skylark. Wow, those are unbelievable. I haven't seen this many Skylarks in my lifetime in 68, 69. Oh boy, this one's gonna be hard for me. The car I first lusted over in high school was one of these. I like these big tanks. 1971 Pontiac Bonneville. 71 GMs, full size, and the Vegas only had these like vents in the trunk lids. Only in 71. And this one's a complete car. Wow. I drove my parents crazy trying to buy one of these. And look what's on the in the grill. This is why I wanted one of these and when I was in high school. One I wanted was charcoal gray, jacked up, big tires, you know, typical 80s hot rod. This is cool. Oh man. And that's a complete car. Except for the fender extension over here getting popped. Oh, yeah, it looks like you got a little hit there. It's pretty straight. And pretty rust free. Oof. Have control, Scott. Have control. Came here for parts, not whole cars. Here's a Con-Aid era 73, 74 Oldsmobile 442. They're more stripe packages. The later they got, they became more of a stripe package than anything else. But see, it has special hood. Trip it over a door here. Special hood. This one we added a T-top. But this one still has the swivel bucket seats and console in it. Look at that. Wow. These are hard to find. always wanted to take one of these and turn it into, I paint it up like an old NASCAR, because they were running these in the old NASCAR era for a long time. And that's a Buick Skylark, like a 66, 67 sedan. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're running out of GMs here. I see other brake makes. We'll have to stop here for a minute. Check this Pontiac. This Pontiac sedan, right? 71 Tempest 4-door sedan. Did you ever see the French Connection, where one of these was being raced by Gene Hackman through the streets of New York in one of the most craziest chase scenes, where he's not chasing another car, he's actually chasing an elevated train, and it's insane. And have you ever heard the story behind it? You should look it up. They didn't really have permits to film, so he ran into shit that he shouldn't have ran into in that. Here's a DeSoto stuck in here. Look at that. It's the DeSoto Fire Dome wagon. So this originally, if it says Fire Dome on the fenders, this originally had like a 331 or something, maybe even a 354. Oops, I broke a piece of glass. Hemi in it. Hang on, let me see if I can get it open. Yes, still has the Hemi in it. It's a 4-barrel. And it has a giant nest of something. Looks like a raccoon lived in here for a while. Very cool. This wouldn't be one to save. This would be one to save because you never see these. You never see this. Oh, look, it has V8 emblems on the back. Check out these really cool door handles. You pop them out like that. And when they work. Somebody tried to get this one out. Wow, split fold down rear seat in it. Tailgate isn't all beat up. So it says Power Fly, which means it had the early version of a torque fly transmission. V8 emblem on the fender. Oh, look at the shifter that's on the dashboard. And then the clock that sits on top. That's really cool. Here's something unique. Chrysler 2-door coupe. I think this is like a 67, maybe 68. I'm not positive. Look at this. Bucket seats, console, and a Chrysler. Check out the door handle on the other side. And these speedometer instrument panels, and these are just so cool. Wow, look at that. It's got some, oh, it's a vacuum gauge in the console. In the 60s, vacuum gauges were in a lot of different cars. And really all it did was help tell you when you're being lousy with your gas mileage. All it does is tell you that you're putting your foot to the floor and you shouldn't be doing that. I'm not sure what model this is. Is this like a Chrysler 300? Doesn't say.
What do you want me to do?
This is Chad Erlich, the owner of Nobody's is it Auto Recycling?
Nobody Else's Auto.
Nobody Else's Auto. Okay.
So.
What is the name of your your YouTube page?
Nobody's Show.
Nobody's Show.
Nobody Else's Auto is Facebook. Nobody's Show is YouTube.
Okay.
And this is what we do here.
Yeah.
Old cars, old trucks, memorabilia. We've got a couple.
Yeah, I got a couple. I actually was standing on my truck on top of my on the top of my toolbox on my truck to get a better view of this place.
Trying to figure out what direction to go.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really like I even like this Super Cab F350 Chevy Ford truck here. 1-ton Super Cab. You don't find these anymore. It's a complete truck. Still has I bet it has like a 460 in it.
Yeah, I think it is a 460.
Wow. And now here's a later one, like a 78 or newer. Dually. This is a dually. Somebody's work truck. And I like how the If you're a Ford or Dodge guy, you might like having a tow bar. I like making fun of guys who have tow bars on their Chevy trucks, but
Yo, and realistically, that was pretty common around here.
Yeah, it was. Move it out. It looks like it's got like, it's not really a car hitch, so it's like a hook it up to your tractor and get it out of the way hitch.
Well, they would take it to the field.
Yep.
Hook to it, pull the pickup to the field, and drive the pickup home at nights.
Yeah. Look what's hanging out here back here, a 66 or 7 Dodge Charger. These were the coolest thing ever. They had some of the coolest interiors because they were like 4 bucket seats, console going all the way to the back. It's hard to see with all the stuff in here, but yep, see there's the console going all the way to the back with fold down back bucket seats. And you can go all the way into the trunk if you wanted to. These weren't as popular, still aren't as popular as 68 to 70s, but dang, these are really kind of unique and really cool cars. And they actually have a few of them that came with Hemis. This one has V8 emblems on it, so it's probably a 318 car.
This was actually a 383 car.
Was it 383?
Check the VIN. It was a 383 car.
Oh, well, yeah. But you get 318 all the way up to a 426 Hemi in one of these.
You probably get slant 6 in them.
Maybe.
I know you could in the 68 to 70 Chargers. I've seen a few of those with slant 6s.
Oh, yeah.
Never
cool.
know.
Never know. That's cool. Wow, what'd you guys think of that yard, huh? That is crazy, isn't it? 2,000 cars. And I think the newest thing I saw in there was a Gen 4 Firebird or Trans Am and maybe a Gen 4 Camaro. That was it. That was the newest stuff. We're talking stuff that is 35 years old. 30 years old or older. 30 years old or older. None of this late model garbage. You're not going to go in there and find a Nissan Stanza. No. Cool old iron. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of filming done today. Yesterday when I was out there, I spent so much time trying to get parts for this car, the 65 Impala that's behind me, that I didn't get a lot of filming done. And I got some really nice pieces. I got some really cool pieces for this, and like a really, really nice fender. I mean, epic type fender you just don't find around here. No rust whatsoever. I mean, a front fender in this part of the country with no rust on it on a 60-year-old vehicle is insane. And I got a new header panel for it, and I got that one's all beat up and stuff. It was dented, it was hit, it was filled, it was smashed with a body hammer and stuff. So, and then I got a few other pieces for it. I even got me a washer bottle, which I found in one of the cars, which was really cool. Take a look at this. Check this out. Isn't that wild? I just washed it. It was just covered in dirt. Oh, it even says washer and antifreeze solvent is what it says. So these bottles weren't really your refill bottle for the windshield washer stuff. No, this bottle only had the solvent that kept it from freezing in the wintertime. That's all it was for. So it was a separate deal. It was like probably full of methanol or something. I don't know. But, and these were on the inner fender on the driver's side. And look at how this is beautiful. Look how it turned out. It's still dry inside. It's still got some stuff in it. And it still has the label on it that says what it is. See that? Look at that. Isn't that cool? I don't even know if I'm going to put it in the car. I mean, I do have a 2-speed wiper with washers, but I think I might just hang it on the wall. You know, cool. So anyhow, before you start asking me questions about what has he got, does he have this, does he have that, I don't know. All right. What you need to do is get a hold of Chad, the owner of Nobody Else's Auto. Follow him on his Facebook page or his YouTube page. Nobody's Show. That's his YouTube page. I'll put all the information in the description of this video. Also, don't be showing up at his place if you think you can find it, okay? Because he doesn't open to the public, all right? Just so you know, he is not open to the public because he's kind of a one-man show. His family runs the business. And he doesn't need to have people running around in his yard, okay? So, if you have any interest in, call him. If you need something, he knows it. I've never met another salvage yard owner that really knows his inventory like Chad does. It's amazing what he knows and what he can find out very quickly. Most of you guys have dealt with this. You call up some salvage yard and the old guy calls it, says, I don't know. I'll have to go out in the yard and look, right? Well, not Chad. No, he knows his stuff, and he's very knowledgeable, and he shows all his news inventory on his YouTube page. So follow along on his YouTube page, Nobody's Show, and he'll have new inventory of videos of cars he's bringing in. He also does yard walks. He does stuff on Tuesdays and Sundays for sure. I know that he does that. He does those every day, and those are like memorabilia, signs, all kinds of stuff. So he's got a little bit of everything going on. It's not just old cars. He does automotive related memorabilia and signs and gas pumps and all that stuff. So check him out. So if you like these videos, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will be doing more junkyard crawls as I can. Those are a little hard to do. They're not as easy as working in your own garage. So they're a little bit hard because I got to travel, obviously. But if you like these kind of things, these are worth it to me, let me know.